The world needs heroes. That was the tagline of Overwatch, and it was everywhere during the promotion before it was released. It's even all over the collector's edition, which we're reviewing today. Welcome to Physical Review, where we look at the physical releases of games, movies, and much more. With the lack of physical releases, or even a collector's edition for Overwatch 2, let's see what we're missing out by looking at Overwatch 1's collector's edition. The main box is huge. It does contain a statue that's over 12 inches tall, but it does have a lot more bulk than it needs. The exterior card sleeve wraps around vertically rather than the usual horizontally. The character side is an extension of the artwork used on the box underneath it. The opposite ends is a list of included contents and their pictures. The top is just the game title, and the bottom has glossy prints of various heroes' silhouettes. These are wholly unnecessary, since hardly anybody will see them, but I absolutely love these little details. The main box itself has a thick outer casing. It has some unnecessary bulk on one side, which has a hole showing the Overwatch logo from the inner box. This hole makes removing the inner box easier, but the thickness is a little too much. It is no doubt visually interesting, but it could have been half the thickness. The black box is broken off with subtle line works which hashes out the Overwatch logo. On the corner on the back of the box are the logos for the 4 character classes which the game had at the time. The inner box features an illustration of all the starting characters. Not using the in-game model or even the cinematic model is a good choice. This comic book-like style is timeless and won't age as game graphics improve. The white background has a very subtle print of the phrase, "The world needs heroes" on it. The shiny character emblems is also here on the inner box. The top and bottom basically is the same as the outer sleeve, except the bottom doesn't have any shiny character emblem on it. The space inside is mostly taken up by the box for Soldier 76 statue. The remaining contents are nestled in a velvety tray. A pair of double-sided Velcro straps keeps everything in place. A layer of foam is used to protect the clear plastic sleeve of the lore book from scratching by the Velcro. Underneath the books are the soundtrack, steelbook, and postcards. The Overwatch visual sourcebook is a combination lore book, art book, and player guide. It is a softcover book protected by a clear plastic sleeve. The sleeve has a clearly visible title on the front and the Overwatch logo on the back. The cover illustration is very dynamic and fun. At a glance, there's no text on either side of the cover, but they are actually printed in glossy ink. The title is reflective along with the game's tagline on the back. The book is rich with backstory of the world, every starting character, and maps that you play on. It is neat to read, but you can skip over most of the gameplay tidbit since there has been so many changes and rebalance over the years. That is unless of course you want to see how much the game has changed since release. We can't access what the game was like back then now. In addition to the artwork you find in the visual sourcebook, there are artwork postcards based on the various game maps. These are all beautifully illustrated. Everything is stylized to sell you how the location would be without our heroes fighting each other. You can imagine finding them in souvenir shops throughout the Overwatch world. They are pure romanticization of the game world. I absolutely love them. They're very immersive. The back of these cards have several different styles to them, and certain parts are printed with reflective ink. They look pretty neat. Also, these postcards are thick. They didn't need to be. It's nice to see them going the extra mile for these. The soundtrack is in a simple card package. The track listing is on the back. The color green at first seems like an odd choice compared to the other included content and the game's main color scheme. But when you open up the card case, you see Lucio, the only hero who is a professional musician, presenting the soundtrack CD. His main color is green, so it makes sense in the end. The CD design is of the Overwatch logo. It's a little plain. Since the game disc is a bit more fun, I expected the CD to be a little bit more dynamic than a simple logo. But the PC version of the game disc is also just an Overwatch logo. I guess the console version is inconsistent in this case. Also, there's a note to the soundtrack's credit and a thank you message stored in the right flap of the card case. The steelbook is in a nice monochromatic color. The front has Tracer on it, and the back, in darker color, has Reaper on it. Both sides has the Overwatch logo overlaying on top of them. The spline is colored in a happy medium between the front and the back. While the print quality is good, The 3D models use breaks away from the illustrated style of the other contents included in this collector's edition. I also found it a little odd pairing Tracer and Reaper on the steelbook. Yes, one is a good guy and the other is a bad guy, and both has been prominently used in marketing, but they're not exactly direct rivals in the story, having either Tracer and Widowmaker, or Soldier 76 and Reaper would have been a better fit. The inside of the case is just simply orange, no artwork whatsoever. The game disc has Tracer on it, and it is the same as the regular release version of the game. And as stated before, the PC version has the Overwatch logo on it, which is the same as the regular edition of the PC version. I just wish the console version is a little more consistent with the disc design. That or something wholly unique to the collector's edition. Other than the disc, there are unlock codes for bonus digital content. These use in-game images to accurately depict what you're getting. Lastly, the statue of Soldier 76. The box it came in is pretty simple and effective. It has pictures of the front and the back of the statue, and several areas has reflective prints on it to help break up the solid background. The top has a subtle Blizzard logo on it, and the bottom has some legalese and model numbers on it. The statue is safely stored in a styrofoam case with various logos on it. Some self-assembly is required, since the base of the statue is stored in a separate compartment. The statue is beautifully made, it is highly detailed, and very accurate to the in-game model. Every nook and cranny is modeled, even the hair is well done. The little specks of green really help sell the aged look of this faux copper finish. The base has a different finish, matte and reflective black, very obviously plastic. It would have been a little better if it was textured differently, either in aged copper or stone of sort. I enjoy this statue, and I have it up on display amongst my other Overwatch merch, but I feel like this is not the right character skin to use. Yes, Soldier 76 is an important character, but in-universe, this persona of him is a vigilante and unknown figure. He wouldn't have a statue like this. However, he does have an in-canon statue. Soldier 76's original identity is Commander Jack Morrison. He was the commander of Overwatch. That version of him was made into a statue and displayed as his grave's headstone. A Commander Morrison statue in this aged bronze texture would have been a perfect parallel to the disbanded states of Overwatch at the start of the game's time period. Despite the little nitpickings I have, this is still a very good collector's edition. The box is a little too big, but the overall visual is really well designed. All the included contents are great, especially the book. It's too bad Overwatch 2 doesn't have these kind of physical contents to explore and display. I wonder what we're missing out because the lack of collector's edition for Overwatch 2. There could have been a statue of Sojourn, the new hero, and a new lore book retelling the events that happened during the lifetime of Overwatch 1. If you're interested in getting Overwatch Collector's Edition, the price varies a lot depending on the system the game is for. Since Overwatch 1 is officially offline now, the game itself won't work anymore, so go with the cheapest version if you only care about the physical content. The lower price range of $80 some is a decent value considering the average price of similar contents if purchased separately. Anyway, I hope you're all having fun with the brand new Overwatch 2. Thank you for watching Physical Review. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more exploration of physical releases. Until next time.